There it goes. Alright, hey tubes, it's Blazer Project. Well, sorry for about the little bit of a misintroduction, but the record button on the camera didn't want to work, so it is what it is. So, I was going to start on the Bush Hog project today, but the Mule engine is seized. It's my parents. What they want to do is try and find another engine and swap in a direct replacement. If it was me, I'd get a Predator engine from Harbor Freight shipped over, and I'd Frankenstein the thing. But it's my parents, their call, not mine. So we got to go get the flatbed from the property, which is a chore in its own right. So we're gonna fire up toolbox. We're gonna get going. But when the flatbed gets here, there's some repair work we got to do because the connector on it is old. And even though we're hauling in the daylight, I would like to see that thing get replaced. That way, hopefully we can get the lights to work. If not, means wiring harness needs to be replaced on it. But we'll see what happens. So, today's going to be an adventure. This is one reason I love being where I live. The fields, hopefully you can see them, are full of corn, wheat, everything. Crop this year for the farmers. But we're nearly at the property. But, sheesh. You don't see this where you live in the big cities. Love the dirt roads, just going out, having a blast. Plus also, how many places can you park on an old steel bridge and look at the creek? And also see how they're old, all the old rivets and how they're constructed. This is why I love Kansas. Oh, the goats are out. There they are in the far distance. But we're actually here for the flatbed, which means I've got to open up the gates. We may be able to mess with some kittens. Oh, the fuzz bears are loose. Oh wait, that's Trooper. Yeah, the mini. Alright, got to open up some gates and turn you back on once we're in there. Alright, one big thing I know is if you get these extendable balls, I call them, they make backing up when you're alone to a trailer extremely nice. And we're going to talk about trailers. It doesn't matter if it's the flatbeds, mower trailers, or anything. Rule 1, always make sure you got the proper hitch receiver and ball. This one, I believe, is a Class 2, maybe a Class 1, and it's been professionally installed. Now, if you do this for a living, I'm not going to blame you. However, if you have it professionally installed on your vehicle, truck, some cars, or even a minivan, it is well worth the money. Second is check your trailer before you go. Now, I had this in recently. I know it's all good to go, but double check tires. Buzz, hello. Sorry. This guy is saying hello. But check your tires. Make sure everything's good. License plate is on it if it needs it. Just do a quick run around. Make sure everything's good to go. It is chalked, but you want the chalks facing opposite of each other. This one is against this tire. The other one on the other side is going to be against that tire. That way it doesn't move. And when you're backing up, trust me, those make a big difference. So I'm going to set it up on the tripod, and we're going to get through this. Freaking beat. Sorry, there's a freaking wood beehive around here somewhere, and we got to burn it. So, set you up on the tripod, and we're going to get to it. Not my best job, but hell, it works. Get you guys up closer. Still on the tripod, but she's connected. Let's get the jack all the way up. And one thing on jack maintenance, keep this thing oiled. Makes life a whole lot easier, and also I'm not freaking getting your guys' ears to or mainly headphone users, that way you don't blow your eardrums. Next up, latch it. And you saw me use my foot, and you heard it. It is now latched, but here's the kicker. What's supposed to go here? Oh yeah, a pin, a bolt, or any type of locking mechanism, I'll put it. It's up to your discretion. Me and my family, we've discovered these locks by Master Lock. They are freaking nice. And there's a goat. But you lock it, give it a tug. That is not coming off at all. Next up is chains. Now this is crucial, and I mean crucial. You want them X'd. And you also want a little bit of droop to allow the trailer full free movement and so forth. Next up is the breakaway cable, which this one has. Latch it on there. And third and final is this rotten plug, which, as you can tell, has seen better days. We're going to take care of this once we get home. If I can get the thing back together in one piece. So, make sure that's in there nice and snug. And you'll hear a snap. Let it down. Can't give this one a quick tug or else I'll break it even worse. Remove the brick that we have for the jack, because there's no jack foot. And basically we're hooked up, ready to go. Now before we leave, let's go play with three little rascals and their mother. Guys. You all three know who I am. No, back it. You guys ain't going out yet. You gotta keep them locked in here because there's a freaking tomcat going around. Here's Traveler. Hey, bucko. Rocket. Oh, get your back, get your back. Bell. And all three of them are purr factories. Looks like Boots doesn't want to be messed with, so I'm not going to mess with her. But yeah, these guys have already got homes. Just this coronavirus has kept us from getting to them. And they are nice cats. We've always had barn cats out here. And trust me, it's nice to have them, especially with the freaking mice and moles that have plagued our territory. Yeah. But it's the heat of the day. They're getting comfy. And Boots, you back here? Yep, there's Boots. She doesn't want to be pestered, so we're not going to push our luck. She's very friendly and so forth, but when she doesn't want to be pestered, you don't pester her. So, this house keeps them safe from that damn tomcat. But now, it's time to get Buzz and Troop a treat, because that's what they're looking at me to do. So, gonna shut you guys off, turn you back on once I get the treats. Alright, these guys get these peppermint flavored horse treats. They always get 2 each, and Q's waiting on me. Hey, Troop. Yeah, there's 1. There's 2, you rotten little mini. Yeah, this is our mini. He's a rascal. No, you ain't coming out. These are my mom's horses. They ain't mine. No, you had your 2 treats. Now I gotta go get Buzz. Now he's all the way down there. See if he'll come meet us. Yeah, he's going for the hedge apple tree. And there's a ton of them. Buzz! Wait, you don't want your treats? The old silo. A lot of good memories in that place. Plus also, this used to be an oil field area. Which there is still oil down in the ground, but not worth pumping or anything, and no one wants it. My grandparents own this place, but also I've got to clear trees out the ass in the area. Buzz. You know what this is? That didn't take you long. He's an Arabian. Easy, easy. This is also the first time he's seen the camera. But he's a rather good guy. Go back to eating. Holy mackerel. Hedge apples are going nuts. No, I don't have any more. Rascal. They're both rascals. Well, go back to the toolbox and pull on out and head on home and get a mule and fix a trailer plug. Everyone here got their lovin's and treats, so come back out. I won't get pestered. Yeah, right. Alright. After a lot of Mickey Mousing with wiring and so forth, finally got it hooked up to where I got some lights, but not all of them, and my trailer brakes are now back on, so that's good enough for now. Considering I'm hauling in daylight, and in truth, you don't need them. Now, if I was hauling for night, I'd be rewiring this whole frippin' trailer, which, personally, right now, I don't want to do. So, even though this has a cover on, and just bear with me, I'm going over something few people do. I do this, and trust me, it saves me a lot of hassle. Even though there are covers on this, dirt and everything still likes to get in here. So, get some electrical contact cleaner. And keep it in your toolbox, or what the hell? Sound like someone with a shotgun. But like I was saying, electrical contact cleaner, keep one with you in like a trunk or some place where you know you have access to it, because it helps. Spray it in there. Do the 4-prong as well. Now this stuff dries quick. I'm gonna let that dry out some. Now with this, because it's brand new, I don't need to do it. But there is one thing I am going to do. This is Dielectric Grease, and trust me, it is your best friend. Especially when it comes to trailer hookups. I have put this on connectors and everything, and it freaking works. So, if I can get it to where, alright, there it is. Now this is an aerosol can, and trust me, it is nice to have instead of the freaking tubes. So I put a little on there, hang it over there. Let's put a little in here. Well, actually a lot. This keeps water out. Put one quick squirt in every single one around the spare connector. Some in the cover, and close that up. Shut that off. Let's plug her in. And the reason I say we do this is because, trust me, water is the bane of all connections, no matter what. And real quick, pull that off. There it goes. We're hooked up, connected, and the plug and everything is now protected. And if you have a trailer that sits outside, we're going to do one more thing. Because this does sit out at the barn. Throw some in here on the end of the connector. Try and keep all the water out as best we can. And sometimes there's no such thing as too much. And there we go. Now I'm going to put these up. I'm going to drop the gate and get that mule loaded. Because it's going back out to the property, and also I got to run a few errands before then. So, joy! Well, this is one way to load it. Got the truck crane. Got the cable going over to here. Chained up. Gonna go get my mom to help me load this. That way she can drive and I can crank on the winch, and hopefully we'll get this loaded. And then I'm gonna go over the tie down procedure I use and some real good pointers as far as tying things down, because I see my fair share of mistakes and I don't want you guys to make the same ones. So hang tight. Alright, that contraption worked. The mule's on the trailer. Now I'm gonna go over straps. Now, this is something I constantly see, and it's mainly up to the person who's doing it. The one thing about straps is know their limits. Sorry, I got sweat in my eyes. Get it cleared out real quick. Right, there we go. Know your limits, but also know what you're towing, air, hauling, and what it weighs. So, I'm going to use the mule as an example. Now these are 2,000 to 5,000 pound ratchet straps, or whatever they are, from Walmart, which is more than enough for the mule. But also you see I have one going to the front, pulling towards toolbox, and another pulling back towards the end of the trailer, and they are tight and they are not going to come off. And I have done this with the mule, the mowers, pretty much anything I haul as far as equipment, and it has not come loose or anything. Now down the dirt roads, that's another story. You may have to stop every now and then and check them. But when it comes to hauling, I'll give you a rule of thumb I have. Always go double, or at least one level above, strap-wise. That way you are pretty well protected and you don't lose your load. That's the last thing you want, is your load shifting on your trailer, and then you either lose it completely, destroy a very expensive piece of equipment, and so forth, or even DOT can pull you over and write you one hefty ticket for an unsecured load. Because trust me, commercial, they will get you for it. Residential, you may get a warning or something. It's different for each state. I'm just going off the top of my head and what I've encountered in the past. Now, another way to tow is by latching it, looping it around the axle, or doing it on the tires, and so forth. I always go for the overkill method. Me, if I had one of those roll-on trailer ramps style, the fifth wheel version, I'd have not only the wheel strapped, but I'd have a ratchet going in the front, in the rear, going to the front, front, rear. Pulling against each other, making sure it doesn't move. Now, if you're wondering why I always go overkill, it's simple. The last thing you want, like I said earlier, is you do not want it to move. And on long distance trips, it's nice to have. So, there's a few pointers I have. There's more detailed videos as far as YouTube's concerned. You can look those up on your own. But as far as me, 2 straps, or strap the daylights out of it. Make sure they're tight. Stop every now and then. Make sure they're good. And keep an eye on it. So, let's get this out to the barn and get her unloaded, because I've got to move a tractor and it's gonna be fun. So, see you out there. Alright, luckily enough there's this turnoff right next to the dairy farm over there before we hit the property. And these are some nice holes. Luckily enough, nothing popped, but good place to find out if the straps are holding on. That could use a tightener too. So we need to go at least a click on the front. Then the rear will cinch up just fine. This means the load has somewhat settled. So, unlock her. That's 1. Actually 2. Let's see if... Yep, it took 3 more clicks from where we left the house. And this is critical because now we are completely tight and everything is as right as it should be. Damn spider. Sorry, I'm finding bugs. But now we are tight. And it is not coming off. Now let's head to the barn because we got a Mickey Mouse tractor, mower, a whole mess of little other things, and put this in its new home. Joy. So, let's get to it. Alright, made it to the property, and the mule is going to sit where this little monster is. This is our little Mahindra tractor, 3-cylinder, doesn't have the EPA stuff on it, and is perfect for the property. Got the bush hog. I mean, it just works. So, box plate's going to stay up here for right now. Plan is mule in its location after I drive that down. But one thing I will tell you, and this is a mistake I made, I will admit to it. Whenever you're unloading, leave your trailer hooked up to the vehicle. Don't unhook it first and then back it off, because trust me, it will make the trailer go up and then slam down and could probably cause damage to it. Me, luckily enough, I didn't do that, but still, word of warning. So I'm gonna do some Mickey Mousing and then gonna go back to the house and do some recap. Alright, back at the house. Trailer and the mule are now at the property. Moved the tractor back down to the bottom and move vehicles around, plus also found an implement that's going to be needed for the Dayton. Found the grass seeder, and this thing is definitely going to be necessary. Gotta take the cover off, get the chain all taken care of, because this thing is sat out in the weeds, but I am so glad I found it, because there's a bare spot in the yard. It's going to be necessary to seed. Plus also, where I drive desperately needs some work. But anyhow, that's today's adventure. Not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get on the bush hog, but hey, that can be another day. Plus also, I about overheated twice out here. So I'm going to call it quits there. Biggest thing you can do to help me is throw a like on the video. Subscribe if you want to. Comment. You all know the drill. Follow my Facebook and Instagram because I'm going to be posting there pretty regularly, considering I'm going to be tearing apart a building and stringing lights, other things, just getting it ready to where when I'm ready, the Blazer comes back with a vengeance. Throughout the fall, winter, I can work on it and just get that thing done as quick as I can, but not exactly worry myself out, and you know what I mean. So stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.